As you've likely heard by now, Meghan Markle's interview with Oprah drew a massive audience and created some serious controversy on Sunday night. The reason it resonated with millions of people is simple. While very few human beings will ever marry into a royal family, a lot of us nonetheless saw something of themselves in Meghan's plight. Anyone who has ever experienced racial prejudice or simply failed to meet the high standards of powerful and judgmental family members could relate to the 39-year-old Duchess struggle, and it seems that Amy Duggar falls squarely into the latter camp. Amy, as you know, is often considered the black sheep of her famous family, the rebel who went against the grain. Bob Duggar, Amy's uncle, might not be quite as powerful as the Queen of England, but locally, he wields a great deal of clout in Northwestern Arkansas and certainly within his close-knit family. Earlier this week, Amy tweeted out her thoughts on the special, and it seems she saw some parallels between Meghan's situation and her own. "In a very small way, I can sympathize with her," Amy wrote. "I too wasn't protected, I too felt trapped and unheard. I felt like there was no way out, I felt used, controlled, and I was scrutinized," the 34-year-old Amy continued. From there, Amy acknowledged that her experience with the pressures of fame and overbearing relatives happened on a much smaller scale than Meghan's. "I can't imagine what all she endured, but I do sympathize. Suicide is never the answer, and I'm so glad she has found peace," she tweeted. "I admire her grit, tenacity, and her class. I went back and forth asking myself, do I need to send this message out? But the answer is yes." Meghan's admission that she didn't want to go on living was striking, both for how remarkable she is and how unremarkable mental health struggles are, yet there remains a stigma around them. Amy ended with a message of encouragement to others who might find themselves in similar situations. "It's so empowering to speak up, I hope you will never be afraid to tell your story," Amy tweeted. Amy is one of many public figures to offer her support for Meghan in the wake of her controversial interview. And she's part of an even larger group of those who identified in some small way with the pressures of expectations from overbearing family members. In Meghan's case, the judgment came primarily from her in-laws, and in Amy's, it was her aunt and uncle who made her feel crushed by the weight of their expectations. But the despair experienced by both women was no doubt very similar. Like Meghan, Amy has been forced to publicly cut ties with people she once loved, and while her situation will never receive anywhere near the level of media attention that's been heaped on Meghan and Harry, Amy knows the pain of seeing her family drama used as tabloid fodder. Town, Arkansas and Buckingham Palace might be very different worlds, but Amy and Meghan's experiences are in some ways remarkably similar. In recent months, Amy has been dragged back into the conflicts within the Duggar clan, whether it's her uncle specifically or her many cousins. Like Meghan, it seems that she simply wants out. We're sure that like Meghan, Amy will take some flack for what some might see as a melodramatic comparison. But again, what made Markle's testimony so powerful Sunday was how vulnerable and relatable she seemed, and at the end of the day, all families are more alike than they are different. That's it for now, thank you for watching, please subscribe to stay tuned.